There's a new movement afoot. It's called Giving Tuesday, described as a global movement for giving and for volunteering. Today is the start for individuals, businesses, and of course charities to join together to celebrate giving back and support the causes that matter most to them. To explain more, it's Marina Glogovac, who's the president and CEO of Canada Helps. She joins us on a video Skype call from Toronto. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a movement that is taking afoot. Is it something new, Marina?
It started, Phoenix, it started in New York in 2012. It spread very, very quickly in the States that year. And then last year, we brought it to Canada. Canada Helps and Give3, which is a charity out of Montreal. We decided to sort of seed it in Canada, and it really, really took off. So this is actually the second year that it is in Canada. In the meantime, it's actually spread to 43 countries. 18,000 different partners, charities, businesses, corporations are participating in it. And just as I sit here, I'm basically just hearing about more retail businesses, more charities, more companies doing something today, from a restaurant down the street to, a big corporation like Canadian Tire, PayPal, Sobeys, and others. So it's actually very exciting. Social media is on fire right now. The hashtag is GivingTuesdayCA. People are sending hashtag unselfie pictures of them doing something. So we're very excited because we all feel that on the heels of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, it's important to say that charity is incredibly important to the well-being of our communities, to our economic well-being. And just as spending money and shopping is, this is actually part of who we are. And it's important to all of us. So it's very important to create that kind of energy today, to say that charity and being charitable and being sharing is really who we are and who we have to be if we want to continue to live in the best country in the world. And I also want to say that Calgarians are actually one of the most generous people in Canada, and Albertans as well. And this is according to our data. So
one of the things, Marina, I was going to say, one of the things you mentioned about charitability here in Calgary, we sent out an email yesterday here, just within Shaw, and we asked a few folks to bring some food, and already we have a whole set here complete with food. And you're right, our spirit about giving is amazing. I'm just going to go to your website here just in a quick second here, because this is fascinating, because it's www.canadahelps.org, Canada's platform for donating and fundraising online. So on this site here, you have a number of ways that you can get involved. And also here you have a reminder that Giving Tuesday is coming, which is today, December 2nd. This is important not only to Calgarians, but it's also important to the global world as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It is a global movement, and Canada Helps is a charity. People can come to our website to find out what's going on. Also, they can go to givingtuesday.ca, which is a Giving Tuesday Canadian site that actually lists who's doing what. So if people want to find out who's doing interesting things in their local community, the best place to go would be givingtuesday.ca, because there are just many, many, many things. I mean, this is an open movement. So though we kind of seeded it and we started by gathering some influencers in each city, but it's now really taken off, and it has a life of its own.
One of the things,
that's the idea.
Yeah, sorry, Marina. One of the things we're finding as well, too, there's a number of local initiatives as well, too, as well. I mentioned a few. One of them is called Place to Give. ARC, which is Act of Random Kindness, and the Calgary Public Library Foundation are all getting involved. So not only are they the businesses, as you had mentioned, too, there's also volunteer organizations that are getting together to spread the word. It's important, but why is it important to not only local folks here in Calgary, but also, I guess it's more of a humanitarian awareness?
Well, listen, I mean, I'll just share my personal story. And if I start crying, forgive me. But I always gave to charity. And intellectually, I understood that I have to give back. I have been successful. But, 3 years ago, an illness struck my family. And all of a sudden, Phoenix, I was so grateful that there was a charity for me. Yeah. I needed the services of that charity. And I was immensely grateful that some person, some team of volunteers, of executive director, had been there for decades so that I can walk through that door when my family needed it. And I think we often, from there on, I also started giving to share and to pay it forward and to understand that I'm only 2 steps removed from somebody who needs a charity.
Right.
And that the fiber of our daily lives is actually surrounded by great people who are trying to solve many problems, who are trying to support many people, and that is such an intrinsic part of the health of our family unit, of our communities, of our neighborhoods, of our country. And when it strikes you personally, you really recognize that in a way that's visceral, that it's just incredibly powerful.
We need to be reminded every now and then,
changed
Marina.
life.
We need to hear your stories and be reminded. And you're absolutely right. The heart and giving of Calgarians is absolutely incredible. I want to thank you very much for sharing not only your story, but also being spearheading this Giving Tuesday, which we are very, very excited about. Marina, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you so much.
Marina Glogovac is the president and CEO of Canada Helps on a Skype video call. Giving Tuesday is what it's called. Still to come, uncommon, common foods. She's back, Chef Jen, with more. First, here's what's happening in and around Calgary. This is Trending on Shaw.